In the center of the magical garden stands a towering red lighthouse 6 stories high. Suddenly, the silence of the garden is disturbed by a loud cracking as the door at the base of the lighthouse opens. Out stumbles a 9-foot tall, 900-pound Japanese sumo wrestler who casually wanders into the center of the garden. He has a red wire cable covering. As the sumo wrestler starts to move around the garden, he finds a shiny gold stopwatch which someone had left behind many years earlier. He slips on it and falls to the ground with an enormous thud. Just when you think he has taken his last breath, the wrestler awakens, perhaps stirred by the fragrance of some fresh yellow roses blooming nearby. Through the bushes at the very edge of the garden, he observes a long winding path covered by millions of sparkling diamonds. Something seems to instruct the wrestler to take the path, and to his credit, he does. This path leads him to down the road of everlasting joy and eternal bliss. Every element of the fable embodies a timeless principle for a radiant life, and it has a great depth of meaning. The garden, the lighthouse, the sumo wrestler, the pink wire cable, the stopwatch, the roses, and the winding path of diamonds are symbols of the 7 timeless virtues for an enlightened life. If you remember this little story and the fundamental truths that it represents, you will carry within you all that you need to know to raise your life to its highest level. Just like this cup, you seem to be full of your own ideas. And how can any more go in until you first empty your cup? In order to live a life of continuous learning, you need to first learn to empty your cup. Worry drains the mind of much of its power, and sooner or later it injures the soul. Those people who think the same thoughts every day, mostly negative, have fallen into bad mental habits. Rather than focusing on all the good in their lives and thinking of ways to make things even better, they are captives of their pasts. We all have the power to determine what we will think about in any given moment. This ability is a part of what makes us human. No matter what happens to you in your life, you alone have the capacity to choose your response to it. When you form the habit of searching for the positive in every circumstance, your life will move into its highest dimensions. Most people have grown the most from their most challenging experiences. And if you meet with an outcome you did not expect and feel a little disappointed, remember that the laws of nature always ensures that when one door closes, another opens. You stop judging events as either positive or negative. Rather, simply experience them. Celebrate them and learn from them. Every event offers you lessons. These little lessons fuel your inner and outer growth. There are no mistakes in life, only lessons. There is no such thing as a negative experience, only opportunities to grow, learn, and advance along the road of self-mastery. From struggle comes strength. Even pain can be a wonderful teacher. The mind is a wonderful servant but a terrible master. If you have become a negative thinker, this is because you have not cared for your mind. and taken the time to train it to focus on the good. The mind truly is like any other muscle in your body. Use it or lose it. Your mind will do wonderful things for you if only you will let it. It will attract all that you desire into your life once you learn how to operate it effectively. It will create ideal health if you care for it properly, and it will return to its natural state of peacefulness. Cultivate your mind. It will blossom beyond your expectations. Imagine if your mind is a garden, but for most of us, our mind looks like a dumpster, much more than a garden. It's littered with mental clutter, unnecessary information, ungrounded worries. Control what even comes into your garden in the first place. Think of yourself like a guardian standing at the gate of your brain, choosing who and what gets in. Once you consistently apply this principle to your daily life and start to condition your mind to translate every event into a positive and an empowering one, you will banish worry forever. You will stop being a prisoner of your past. Instead, you will become the architect of your future. Everything is created twice, first in the mind and then in the reality. And this is blueprinting. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts. Now, the first principle is master your mind. The techniques are the heart of the rose, opposition thinking, the secret of the lake. A rose is very much like your life. You will meet thorns along the way, but if you have faith and believe in your dreams, you will eventually move beyond the thorns into the glory of the flower. Now the technique is heart of the rose. Keep staring at the rose. Notice its color, texture and design. Savor its fragrance and think only about this wonderful object in front of you. This will be your first indication that you are taking back control of the fortress of your mind. It will be then focus on what you command it to focus. It will then be a wonderful servant able to do extraordinary things for you. Find out what you truly love to do and then direct all of your energy towards doing it. Once you find out what your life's work is, your world will come alive. All your thoughts will be focused on your definite objective. You won't have time to waste time. You will automatically erase the worry habit and become far more effective and productive. Another particular good technique for ridding the mind of worry and other negative, life-draining influences is based on opposition thinking. The mind can only hold one thought at any one time. When an undesirable thought occupies the focal point of your mind, immediately replace it with an uplifting one. It's as if your mind is a giant slide projector, with every thought in your mind being a slide. Whenever a negative slide comes upon the screen, take a swift action to replace it with a positive one. The secret of the lake technique is using positive images to influence the mind. Visualize mental pictures of all that you want to be, to have, and to attain in your life. Picture yourself acting gracefully and lovingly in a tense situation. The mind has a magnetic power to attract all that you desire into your life. If there is a lack in your life, it is because there is a lack in your thoughts. There is nothing noble about being superior to some other person. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. If you want to improve your life and live with all that you deserve, you must run your own race. It doesn't matter what other people say about you. What is important is what you say to yourself. Do not be concerned with the judgment of others as long as you know what you are doing is right. Every second you spend thinking about someone else's dreams, you take time away from your own. When you consistently direct your mind to live in the present, you will always have boundless energy, no matter what time the clock reflects. In the middle of the garden stood a magnificent lighthouse. This symbol will remind you of yet another ancient principle for an enlightened living. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. Those who are truly enlightened know what they want out of life, emotionally, materially, physically, and spiritually. Clearly defined priorities and goals for every aspect of your life will serve a role similar to that played by a lighthouse, offering you guidance. Clearly defined priorities and goals for every aspect of your life will serve a role similar to that played by a lighthouse, offering you a guidance. Trust yourself. Create the kind of life you will be happy to live with all your life. Make the most of yourself by fanning the tiny inner sparks of possibility into the flames of achievement. He who serves the most reaps the most. Goal setting is the starting point. Lasting happiness comes from steadily working to accomplish your goals. We all have been granted a unique set of gifts and talents. The key is to discover them and in doing so, discover the main objective of your life. The secret of success is consistency of purpose. Those things which are most important should never be sacrificed to those things which are the least important. Anyone who wishes to improve the quality of their inner as well as the outer worlds would do well to take out a piece of paper and start writing out their life aims. The human mind is the world's largest filtering device. When used properly, it filters out unimportant things and gives you only the information you're looking for at that time. The first step was to form a clear mental image of the outcome. If this was to lose weight, every morning envision as a lean and a fit person. Step 2 was to get some positive pressure. Tell everyone that you will lose the excess weight. Once you make your goal known to the world, there will be instantly be pressure on you to work towards its fulfillment. Step 3 is timing. Never set a goal without attaching a timeline to it. To breathe life into a goal, you must attach a precise deadline to it. Go out and buy a journal, call this your dream book, and fill it with all your desires, objectives, dreams, and images of people who have cultivated the abilities. Step 5. The magic rule of 21. For a new behavior to crystallize into a habit, one has to perform the new activity for 21 days in a row. The only way to permanently install a new habit is to direct so much energy towards it that the old one slips away like an unwelcome house guest. Have fun while you're advancing along the path of your goals and purpose. Today and this very moment is a gift. Stay focused on your life mark and on giving selfless service to others. The universe will take care of everything else. This is one of the nature's truest laws. And never regret what has happened in the past. There is a purpose for everything that has ever happened to you and everything that will happen to you. Every experience offers lessons, so stop measuring in minor things, enjoy your life. Success on the outside begins with the success on the inside. If you really want to improve your outer world, whether this means your health, your relationships, or your finance, you must first improve your inner world. The most effective way to do this is through the practice of continuous self-improvement. Self-mastery is the DNA of life mastery. You practice the art of gazing by pushing yourself daily. Work hard to improve your mind and body. Nourish your spirit. Do the things you feel. The only limits on your life are those that you set yourself. When you dare to get out of your circle of comfort and explore the unknown, you start to liberate your true human potential. This is the first step towards self-mastery. Happiness comes through the progressive realization of a worthy objective. Identify the things that are holding you back. Make a written inventory of your weakness. Once you have identified what your weaknesses are, the next step is to face them head on and attack your fears. Fear is nothing more than a mental monster you have created, a negative stream of consciousness. The wire cable will serve to remind you of the power of self-control and discipline in building a richer, happier and a more enlightened life. It consists of many thin, tiny wires placed one on top of the other. Alone, each one is flimsy and weak, but together their sum is much greater. To build a will of iron, it is essential to take a small, tiny axe in tribute to the virtue of personal discipline. Routinely perform the little acts piled one on top of another to eventually produce an abundance of inner strength. Words are great influencers. By filling your mind with words of hope, you become hopeful. By filling your mind with words of kindness, you become kind. By filling your mind with thoughts of courage, you become courageous. Words have power. To liberate the strength of your will and cultivate inner discipline, the first thing is to start doing the things you don't like doing. To build willpower and inner strength, you must first use it. The second exercise is to go an entire day without speaking. Time slips through our hands like grains of sand, never to return again. Those who use time wisely from an early age are rewarded with rich, productive, and satisfying lives. Ancient rule of 20. 80% of the results you achieve in your life come from only 20% of the activities that occupy your time. Time spent knowing your mind, your body, and your spirit. These are just a few of the high impact activities that will allow you to design the life you deserve. Having the courage to say no to the little things in life will give you the power to say yes to the big things. Laughter opens your heart and soothes your soul. No one should ever take life so seriously that they forget to laugh at themselves. Today could be your last, so savor it to the fullest. Don't accept a life of mediocrity when you hold such an infinite potential within the fortress of your mind. Dare to tap into your greatness. This is your birthright. Act as if failure is impossible and your success will be assured. Wipe out every thought of not achieving your objectives, whether they are material or spiritual. Be brave and set no limits on the working of your imagination. Selflessly serve others and you'll be better off yourself. A trace of fragrance always remains on the hands that present you with roses. Friends make you smile when you're taking yourself too seriously. Good friends are there to help you when life throws one of its little curves at you and things look worse when they seem. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. Live for today. There will never be another one quite like it. Never put off happiness for the sake of achievement. When you start spending even 5 minutes of a day practicing the art of gratitude, you will cultivate the richness of living that you're looking for. Growing your destiny. Simply follow the path of your dreams in full expectation of the bounty that is certain to flow. This will bring you to your divine destination.